What's up, everybody? 3x to the Lex right back at you with one more video. Let's get into it. Alright, today I'm here to talk to you about coinops and all the different variations. Coinop Next, Coinops X, coinops for PC. I'm just here today to really drop some real talk about coinops. I'm starting to see a lot of comments about it in the comment section. Somebody brought it up on the discussion board also. My thoughts on coinops is this. I think it's an excellent front end. You know, I like it a lot better than Hyperspin. Hyperspin, as I've discussed in several other videos, has more issues than Sports Illustrated. So let's not make this video about Hyperspin too. But back to coinops. Like, coinops is great. It's a really good front end. It's not my absolute favorite front end. It's still other things that I like better in RetroPie, better than coinops. I mean, coinops visually is a much more appealing front end. Like, it looks better. You get like the nice game preview. You get the artwork. The artwork's better, and it's a lot more fluid. Visually, it's closer to Hyperspin, but less animation overall, and not quite as flashy. But I've run coinops on several different platforms. Even had a modified version X, coinops X, on my Legends Ultimate cabinet. It ran pretty well. It was definitely more stable than Hyperspin, and the game access speeds overall was quicker than Hyperspin. Not as smooth as RetroPie. I mean, a lot of that is the Linux OS and the actual program itself. But you know, that would really need a deep dive into breaking down all of that intricacies on why that was. I found it overall to be pretty smooth. You know, overall, I appreciate the experience of RetroPie a little bit better than all of the versions of coinops that I've used, because I look at it from this perspective, guys. Like, this, once someone sells you a cabinet or a game cabinet, emulation or whatever, and it has games, I'm looking at it from the perspective of how is the consumer that may not be extremely technical or technically literate is going to be able to access the games. How easy is he going to be able to access the games? How easy will he be able to modify things such as controls and filters? I'm looking at it from that perspective, not necessarily what has the most flexibility or what's the flashiest or what's the sexiest front end. Like, that's not RetroPie. I look at it from, if I'm building a cabinet and I'm selling it to somebody, what is going to cause the least issues and what is going to be the most user intuitive for the user. And I'm looking at it from a user perspective of somebody not being extremely technically literate on about emulation and how things work. And I mean, most of you guys just want to be able to get this cabinet and jump in and start playing video games. And in all the front ends I've used so far, RetroPie does that best. I mean, there's still, like, nothing's perfect. There's still issues and things that I can point out about that. No emulation is going to be 100% perfect. But overall, if you buy this cabinet or something else running RetroPie and it's a clean build and everything's working as it should, the access times, the boot up speeds, the stability of the overall system and games not crashing, like, those things are very, very, very important, and this so far provides the best experience. Now, coinops is good though. It runs well overall. Like, I use it on my Legends cabinet a lot. I didn't have too many issues with it. I did have it crash on me a few times, but nothing like Hyperspin. And the games how everything is put in order is a little bit better than Hyperspin. It's easier to find stuff. Not quite as easy as RetroPie. RetroPie section so well that I'm finding a lot of games that I completely overlooked in Hyperspin. And I had that Hyperspin system for years. But this game, Battle Back Rate, I never had a chance to check this out on Hyperspin because it's buried through all of that emulation and video activity and graphics that pop up on the screen. You miss a lot of games. And, you know, this was one. And, man, this game is just a gem for 2D shooters. Like, and I'm just now getting a chance to check it out. Great game. Like the spiritual successor to Battle Garega, but I'm not going to do a deep dive on this game right now. I'll make another video about Battle Back Rate. Great game, though. But, yeah, back to coinops. Great front end. I think if you're going PC, if you're going Windows-based PC for emulation, coinops or probably Big Box is probably the way to go right now. I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody go Hyperspin right now. It wouldn't be my recommendation for anybody to go Hyperspin right now. But if you're building a PC and you want the most games, and you're building a cabinet or you're building a PC and you want the most games, and you want a sexy front end, coinops and or Big Box will probably be the way to go right now. And you want all the games and everything, it will probably be the way to go. It works fairly well. I don't have too big of an issue with it. I would recommend it if you're looking at like a coinops front end based PC and or arcade cabinet. I don't have too big of an issue with it. Research who's the builder and ask questions about the build. Try to research and find out who's running it. Have anyone else bought it and have they had any issues? Because a lot of these builds are going to be more specific toward the builder. And one of the main issues too, and this is me going on another rant, is a lot of these arcade companies or arcade builders, quote unquote, they don't really have software engineers or developers, you know, on their team. They're like really trying to hustle out the cabinets, and they generally have a generic build, and they don't really have a lot of guys play testing this stuff. Like, all of these guys really need a software developer, and you know, they need a software developer and a game tester on their crew that's doing nothing but working on the build and testing the games, and they can really start putting out a much better quality product. You probably could even slim up a Hyperspin build to work fairly well if you had enough guys working on it, or you had a dedicated team working on it to be able to do that, and you might be able to get a great build. But how things are now, none of these arcade manufacturers seem to have a dedicated group or team working toward that, or really working on the software. They just seem pretty much focused on selling as many cabinets as possible, and that's really affecting everybody. Because I've talked to everybody in this sector and inquired about their cabinets and about their builds even before I got my cabinet or even my Hyperspin PC. I talked to everybody, and from the conversations I had, they definitely don't have that. So that's something to keep in mind. When you dive into this game anyway, you're really gonna have to like start jumping in and tweaking stuff anyway. But the best out of the box so far for someone to use would be RetroPie. The build that the arcade guys got is pretty solid. It doesn't have a lot of issues. I pointed out some of the major things that they're fixing in the next build, so it's going to be real lean and working very well by next build. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Just wanted to talk about coinops X and coinops, and it's a great build. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. 3X to the Lex out, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.